My name is Mr. DeHaven, and I've decided to use the formatted video to answer your questions. So, hope to give you a little idea about what inventing is about and a little background on the alligator. So, when was it invented? The first idea came around 2001 when my partner had a young child and sippy cup valves were constantly falling in the garbage disposal, and he had no great way of taking them out. And being an engineer and a pretty handy guy, he came to me and said, do I know of anything, and can I create something? Let's invent a product together. So he came up with the idea, and I did the development work on it. It wasn't until a few years later that I actually started working on it, both of us, and then I created some prototypes. But that's a question that comes a little later. So, why did I invent the alligator? Well, I've always wanted to be an inventor my whole life, and from a young age I took all my toys apart, wanted to see how they worked, and I even got an engineering degree because I thought it would be a good foundation for understanding how things work and being able to convey my ideas to other people such that I could create things and invent things. So, have I heard of people using it for other things than the garbage disposal? Yes, people use the alligator for all sorts of things. I have a customer who uses it to get things out of her vacuum cleaner tube. Stuff gets stuck in there, and she thinks the alligator is perfect for it. We have people in wheelchairs who use it to grab socks or letters that drop, their slippers. People use it in the car. Stuff falls between the car seat and the console, whether it's some makeup or a piece of candy, or any type of item, your keys. It also could be used in the motor compartment, where you drop a nut or a bolt in there and you can't quite get your hand in there, so use the alligator to snake in there. It's got the light, it's perfect for that. It's also great for grabbing bugs in the house, which is one of my favorite uses for it. We don't actually have a garbage disposal in my house, so we use the alligator for other things like grabbing bugs, or little things that fall behind places. Sometimes you need a light under the couch, so forth. So the alligator has our customers are informing us as to different ways that the alligator can be used, which is really fun, because we originally designed it for the garbage disposal, which it works really well for, but it's also great for a lot of other things. Now, how did I invent it? That's a big question, and I'll try and sum it up as quickly as I can without leaving too much out. In the beginning, you start off with an idea, and from that idea you start to develop how you want it to look, and you do that by making some drawings. So it goes from idea to drawings, and you figure out how you want the mechanism to work, and basically what you want it to look like. And then from there I started to make some prototypes, and I'll give you a quick glimpse at my wall of prototypes. There you go. So you can see what some of the different ones look like. You can see at the bottom right I started off with a very basic wood model, created several more wood models, and added an LED light so I could see what kind of light we'd be looking at. And then I went into some plastic, and I made one out of plastic, clear plastic, so I could see how that would work. And then from there we went to a design engineer who made 3D drawings for us. And those 3D drawings allowed two things. One, we could do some rapid prototyping, and you can see some of these models use special gel material that when you shoot a UV laser in it, you can build up a model layer by layer. So you can see what the actual parts are going to look like before we create molds, which is the next step. So we have a few SLA models, which is what that's called. And the next step is to create a mold for injection molding. That's how all plastic parts are made. I know you have lots of plastic toys and so forth, things around the house with plastic, and those are all used with a mold, by making a mold and injection molding the plastic, which means heating up the plastic and then shooting it into the mold like a cannon. And then the mold cools, separates, and the plastic part pops out. So that's what we did with the alligator. And we got one manufacturer making the plastic parts and another manufacturer making the LED assembly, which is the light assembly. And we put those two parts together, and there you have the alligator. So that's the basic process for how to invent one. And why do we name it the alligator? That's a great question. We started off with the name the retriever. We thought the retriever had a good association with the dog, going and getting things, bringing them back. It's what the device did. Also, everyone loves dogs, so there's a positive association with the dog. And we had a logo and everything, and I went to Thanksgiving at my wife's house, my wife's parents' house, and my brother-in-law said, "Hey Bill," he was looking at it and he says, "You know," he says, "I'm going to give this to you." He says, "I think you should call this thing the alligator." And I have to admit that when we were designing it with the design engineer and trying to get the tip right, I did say to him, you know, I want it sort of long and skinny, kind of like an alligator's mouth. So when he said that, it definitely struck a bell, and we asked around, and everyone loved the name. And while it did mean abandoning our current logo, we found a packaging design guy who created a great logo for the alligator, which is the one that we're using now. And we never looked back, and that's how it got the name the alligator. So, do I think that it has made my life better? Well, as a device, I do like it, and I do like to play with it. I like to share it with people. I like to use it to grab bugs, like I said earlier, and also in the car. It's very helpful. So in that way, it has made my life better. The alligator project has also made my life better. It has helped me to fulfill a lifelong dream on my path to becoming an inventor. It has given me a great education. I've learned a lot during this project about how to take something from your head to making it a physical thing. So in that way, the alligator has made my life better. And the third way that the alligator has made my life better is that I have created something that a lot of people are enjoying using. And I get a lot of phone calls from customers saying that they love the alligator, they want another one for their friend, they use it for X, Y, and Z. And that's very satisfying to know that I've created something that is helping other people, and that other people are also enjoying. So in those three ways, it's definitely made my life a lot better. It's been a great project all around, and we are on the cusp of actually creating an infomercial, like a commercial for television, so that people can buy it when they see it on television, which is very exciting. And that's, I believe, the next step for the alligator to the eventual success that we are hoping for. So I hope that answers all of your questions, and I hope that this gives you some good material for doing your report, and I'm glad I could be a part of it. Alright, thanks Henry, and hopefully someday I get to meet you. Bye bye.